had asked me to shoulder this burden, but I was willing to accept it all the same. Every world needs a guardian, someone to watch over it and ensure that it remains safe from terrible threats. In most cases, those guardians would be the gods. But who did you look to when the gods were unable to succeed? Perhaps this was to be my destiny. I suppose I would find out when the invasion finally commenced. In the meantime, there were many tasks for me to complete. Time was on my side in a sense. My expanded consciousness, my immense magical power, it all allowed me to think and act quickly. I could run 1,000 scenarios in my mind within a few seconds, and in doing so, I would develop new methods of finding more power. Power was all this came down to. I had my own unique essence, and thanks to the way magic worked in this realm, I was able to effortlessly infuse my own essence into magic. This was helpful in trapping an unruly god within one of my vaults, and it was helpful in killing an outlying invader. If I was going to be able to fight off an entire army of unknown size and power, I would need to have tremendous magical reserves. I would need to loom even higher over Yehan, so that perhaps everyone on the main continent could see me. And I would need warriors to aid me in facing these beings in the lands that I was unable to reach with my powers. A tall order to accomplish all of these objectives within a measly 9 years. But for now, I would be forced to live like a mortal, taking in each hour with intentionality, refusing to allow time to speed by as if it meant nothing. There was much to be done. I only hoped that I would be able to achieve everything in time for the attack. If not, well, I wouldn't be the World Tree anymore, because there would be no more world. Chapter 2. The ecology of the dungeon within me was quite complex. Adventurers would arrive and look for treasure, breaking traps and causing immense damage to my interior in the hopes of finding secret doors. The goblin folks, the Edrican tribe who resided within me, raised cattle and families, repairing the damage caused by adventurers and ensuring that I was kept in clean, pristine condition. The shopkeepers would make sure adventurers had access to the best gear to survive my many trials, and a small trading post run by the orcs brought in a few merchants here and there. I was happy with the way my world worked, at least in a sense of there being balance and harmony. On average, I received about 3 adventuring parties a month, most of which were what I would consider to be weaker. Their essences were fresh, as if they had just begun adventuring, and consuming them brought me little advantage. For a time, I had a great number of strong and seasoned adventurers who would show up to face the second floor, hoping to claim a mighty artifact. But in the recent year, word had gotten out that King Soren of Yorburn had been the one to gain hold of the rare item, and without such a precious piece, the greatest of adventurers found themselves shuffling off elsewhere, to die in some other dungeon. My third level was designed to be less of a treasure zone and more of a brutal killing field, meant to dutifully end the lives of orcs who sought to enter into a new afterlife, one created by me. But, due to the treachery of Izguril, the god I had sealed away, I had lost both the new afterlife realm and a great deal of magical power. In time, I would be able to recreate such a realm, one open to any who wished to find rest in a world alternative to the gods. But for now, I was in a serious power deficit. The trickle of weak adventurers was not enough. In fact, the only thing their essences were good for was keeping my power levels maintained. I would need more magic if I were to accomplish any of my goals. This meant I would have to find new ways to draw adventurers towards me. My current method was less than effective. The great trickster, Imix, the goblin who I relied upon for aiding me in trickery and deception, was responsible for spreading the word about my dungeon to Yehan. The problem was that Imix was unreliable in many ways. When there was a time of real crisis, he was focused and able to achieve his mission in order to protect his village, but when I gave him generalized tasks, he showed great contempt for them. His current assignment was to go about and spread the word to every tavern in North Yehan about me. However, 7 months after he departed, he was found sleeping in a barrel in a goblin brewery. Apparently he saw it fit to use his trickster spells to place himself in a magical sleep, to avoid the